I have a gentleman in the spirit world, and the first thing that I noticed about him, he is dressed as Elvis. And I feel like he showed me that when he was this side of life, he was an Elvis Impersonator, or he had a big, and I feel from him that because I do feel he would have enjoyed singing the songs, he would have entertained, he would have performed. I feel like it wasn't just that he enjoyed listening to the Elvis songs, it was, there was a lot more, and I feel he sometimes would have got a wee bit of money from doing this role. It wasn't his full-time job, this was just something that he would have enjoyed on a sideline. So there are the beginnings. Now, there hopefully won't be too many people in the audience can relate to what I've shared, so hopefully that narrows it down. But is there anybody who can relate to a gentleman past that would have, in the way that I describe it? Hiya, how are you, darling?
Hiya.
What are you getting on with it, hopefully?
I used to sing with a fella who was an Elvis impersonator and he's passed away.
Yeah, okay, so can we go with you then and see what we do?
Yeah.
But you can relate, it wasn't his full-time job, you know, this is something that he did as a little sideline as such.
Yeah.
And that's why I said he would have got money for it, but he thinks that it was brilliant. And I just know in his home, he remembers that he would have had a collection of records. You know, it wasn't just to do with CDs, you know, as such. Because he remembers here he had loads of vinyl, and he was a massive vinyl collector actually, because he showed me in my mind a unit and like almost a side wall, but all of it is filled with shelving of vinyl.
Yeah.
And he used to, oh, that's why, this is why. Because years ago, because he always loved Elvis anyway, but years ago he did a wee bit of DJing. So he did, and he showed me that's why the vinyl was there. It wasn't just that he enjoyed collecting it, that he used to get up, because he worked in a few clubs, but they were local. It wasn't anything like sort of big clubs. So what do you think?
Yeah.
100%?
100%.
Yes, but I don't feel that you would have known him during the time that he was involved in DJing, because he says that was way back, and he doesn't even think you may have been born then, to be honest. So, you know, because this man was a lot older to you. This isn't a young man that I have here, and he showed me, because he remembers that period of DJing. It was more like the 70s and around sort of the 80s, and that's what he's trying to say. So would that sit well?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Because he loved all that era, and he loved anything to do with a wee bit of rock and roll, of course. And he says he thinks he's bloody brilliant, and he had all the costumes and the glasses and the glam, and he just thinks he's brilliant crack here. So do you get me?
Yes.
All right. And he thinks he really was he was a brilliant entertainer. So if I ask for somebody in Sparkford to come forward as funny, he's the one that comes. Isn't that lovely? So he's here to get us all shook up, all right? And he is saying, now he was married, by the way, he was married, and he remembers that, and then he talks about the job that he was involved in. You know the way, because he's on stage and he thinks, you know, women, he thinks that women are given attention, and I think he may be, oh please God, let this be right, I think he may have had a wee bit of a wandering eye for a few of the ladies, and I have a wee notion of him and the wife, sort of, you know, they got a wee bit too shook up for him, and separated, and then he sort of shook up a few other people, because he's saying here when he used to be with you and he used to sing, you know, these women be standing all around him like, oh, Elvis.
I thought they were really there for me, but he thought it was funny.
So, but you get me, you must remember where you say that he got lots of attention, but I need sort of romantic attention, you know. He thinks all the women were blocked, like when they come up to him, but he loved it. And he's just saying, Angela, you know, I still had it though, I still had it. And he says, like, I had the fair share then. So he loved the wife, but I think he loved his wee wandering eye a bit more. But he did, he let that relationship go, and he did things fairly, and then he remembers there was a bit of hearsay even when he was married, because he thinks he had a few sneaky affairs. Then a scandal. Alright. So what do you think?
Yes, 100%, yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? He says, like, on his wedding day, I know you weren't there, but he remembers, like, singing Love Me Tender to the wife, because that was his favourite song in the whole wide world.
That's right.
And he sung it to her. And he showed me there's wedding videos and all, and people would have seen that. And I actually feel at his funeral, because of his obviously love for Elvis, the songs were played. for him. And I know that Love Me Tender was one of the songs that was definitely played at his funeral. Because he says he was standing in his park going, love me, and he was singing his heart out. And he watched everybody and he says, I wanted them to cry for me. And I says, that's terrible, you know, but that's my personality. He says, and all there was a sea of women that came, what's it he said? There was a sea of women that came to me, and they all loved being around me. And he says, and even in his passing, because he had so many romantic connections, you see, and lots of women thought that he belonged to them, and he didn't. And he was a wee bit of a player. He was a player, wasn't he? And he said he used to do like tours of certain hotels, and they would book him, and they would book him sometimes separately, and they would usually do weddings together, and you know, so it wasn't just in local pubs. You know, this was he's sometimes on bigger stages as well, and he loved it. He loved anything to do with the glamour, the women, the high life. And I know they enjoyed, not in a sociable way, just a few drinks and sort of letting go a little bit. And I know that he would have enjoyed a wee whiskey, as I say that too. I just know he did. So do you get all of what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get the story, don't you?
Yeah.
How amazing. Isn't this lovely? Oh, thank God for Elvis. He's saved me here. But he stands, in the way I see him, he's got this big white suit on with like silver glitter, and he has this lovely wig, because he had loads of different wigs. He hadn't just the one, he had lots of wigs. He was actually quite vain. You know, there's a real feeling that he was really into his looks in a big way. And even when he was in a costume and obviously normality, he shows me that, you know, he thinks he was decent. Like he really does. I think he wanted to do sunbeds and just talk about getting his teeth all white and, like, you know, this is an older gentleman. Do you get it?
100%.
Because he showed me sometimes he would have snook in and did the odd wee sunbed. And then they were on holiday. I was on holiday. Were you at them sunbeds? Nope. Because it's sunshine. He was lying under it, loving his life. You know? And because he showed me that he would have come out and all like, look at me.
He thought he was Elvis.
I think I'm getting the impression now. Yeah. This is a big one. Fairness. I've met him. Anyway, and I could hear him going, There is, you think there's a God? There is God. Elvis was his God, and he's laughing. This is a man that loved laughter, he loved entertainment, and he loved you, by the way. And he feels that you have slowed down from that part of your life now, that you don't do as much of it. So do you get where you've slowed down? I didn't say you've stopped.
I haven't stopped, no.
I did not say you've stopped. He's just said you have slowed down. He's trying to show me other priorities that have come into your life, and I feel like it's more to do with family, and that's part of the reason for it.
Yes.
You getting me?
Yeah.
So that's what he's explaining, but it didn't say stopped. He just knows you've slowed down, but it's prioritising your time, and it's to do with family. And he said when sometimes you're on stage, you almost still get a sense of him being there with you, and that's him in his spirit and his glory giving you a little sign. You know, not everybody gets feelings of their loved ones, but I know that you do feel them at times when you're on stage, haven't you? And you get everything of what,
yes, 100%.
and you get the marriage and the flirts and the flirtations and the affairs and everything else. And not just drinks. I think he may have enjoyed other wee luxury items that Elvis may have enjoyed too, you know, to help him along the way.
Yes, he had all the same food and all that was better.
I know, I can feel it from him. And he's even saying that he went over to Graceland too, and he was in his house. He says he kissed items when he was there.
Oh, I didn't tell me that, but I'm sure he did.
He said before he went into the door, like he kissed, there's something about him kissing.
Probably.
So I feel like, you know, that shows the extent of the love that he had for that man. you know, that it wasn't just that he enjoyed the music and his DJing days and the vinyl, everything, and the different songs, of course, and the lovely tender that was played for him, and I'm being delighted about that. Did he try to flirt with you a bit?
Yes.
Because he showed me that you wouldn't have him. Because he showed me, you know the way, because he got with so many women, and he did, by the way, you know, and you could see, like, and sometimes even to a night. Sometimes he would be on the break, and he'd have some woman in the dressing room doing the business, and then back out again on stage, loving life, and then at the end of the night he was nearly getting like something, you know, and then he was away with someone else. I'm not just saying that, I'm actually serious. Do you remember this? These are really detailed memories that he's expressing, because these are things that you used to laugh at him. You know, and to be honest, I don't feel that he was, I was going to say, it makes sense, like he was not relationship material, but all he wanted was a good time and to have fun out of life, and he says, and that's what he got. And that's what he got. And he's